On March 27, 2024, a slow-moving frontal boundary was approaching the southeastern United States. A marginal chance for severe thunderstorms was issued for North Florida, southeastern Georgia, and the eastern Carolinas. In our area, the storm brought a variety of interesting weather and forecasting challenges. Let's get into what happened. By 8 a.m. on the morning of March 27th, a strong complex of thunderstorms was beginning to affect the far western reaches of our viewing area. Coastal counties along the Big Bend were put under severe thunderstorm warnings, with special marine warnings lining the area as the storms approached. There was one report of wind damage out of Dixie County where roofing material was blown off of a building. The line roared on shore with strong winds and excessive cloud-to-ground lightning. However, as the complex began to move further inland, it began to weaken. Jacksonville saw a decent thunderstorm during the 10 a.m. hour with plenty of heavy rain and lightning. Further south in Clay County, we got mostly rain and a few rumbles of thunder. While on my lunch break, I went out to record in front of what was left of the storm.
Hello everybody, today is March 27, 2024, and as you can see, it is looking pretty dreary out there. What you're seeing right now is some heavy rain showers and a few thunderstorms up in eastern Duval County going into Nassau and getting ready to move off the coast. I will get into the forecast a bit later, but today is going to be a very rainy and stormy day. The forecast is for 1 to 3 inches of rain locally across the area with scattered thunderstorms and a lot of heavy rain. So far this morning, what we're going through right now at about 11 a.m., this line of storms moved in off the Gulf, had some severe warnings near Gainesville earlier this morning, but overall, I don't know if it produced any damage, and by the time it got here, it was below special weather statement status, so no wind gusts in excess of 40 miles per hour or anything like that. But yeah, that's the forecast for today. They're expecting thunderstorms to kick up later in the afternoon towards the 2 to 3 p.m. hour. Thankfully, I will be heading home by then. And it looks like a good majority of today, tonight, and somewhat early tomorrow will be spent focusing very much on the weather and seeing just what kind of thunderstorms we get. I have a little hope. I will admit I'm a little uncertain on how storm chances will go, considering it has been very overcast and dreary all day. In the Storm Prediction Center's forecast, that's something that they made note of, is that they're going to have to see how the instability plays out during the day. And I don't really know how much instability we're going to get with it being overcast, but they're still pretty confident that we'll see thunderstorms over tonight. So I've been wrong about that plenty of times before. I'm willing to take their word on that. But yeah, that's about it for today, or at least the start of today, and I will see you next time we get some more interesting footage today.
The next round of interesting weather would not occur until about 2 p.m. Powerful thunderstorms were once again rolling over the Big Bend, this time a little further to the south. The Storm Prediction Center issued a mesoscale discussion on a line of storms, but stated that a severe weather watch seemed unlikely. As this line progressed further into the Florida Peninsula, it began to lose steam. Rain would move further north up into our local area towards the 4 p.m. hour. National Weather Service Jacksonville issued a large special weather statement at 4:03 p.m. for a particularly gusty band of rain showers. This swath of rain covered much of the eastern First Coast counties in Florida. I decided to step outside with my anemometer to see what kind of winds we were dealing with. At 4:12 p.m., I managed to record a peak wind gust of 25 miles per hour in this band. Weather stations in Orange Park and Jacksonville recorded wind gusts in excess of 40 miles per hour. The special weather statement would be extended until the line moved offshore and was then replaced with a special marine warning. In the afternoon hours of March 27th, many of the thunderstorms that occurred in and around Florida happened further to our south. The setup throughout the day remained surprisingly consistent, with messy, multicellular thunderstorms exploding in the Gulf of Mexico, then rolling onshore over the course of a few hours. And some of these storms were truly big. I found a storm with a cloud top of 60,000 feet. Most of the lightning that occurred with these large storms remained offshore. Immediate coastal areas got in on some of the action, but cloud-to-ground strikes did not occur much on the first coast during the afternoon round of storms. In typical early spring fashion, many of the storms that attempted to approach our area fell apart rather quickly after moving inland off the warm Gulf of Mexico waters. The next round of thunderstorms would begin to bubble up around the Big Bend yet again towards the 8 p.m. hour. Again, much of the downpours that produced lightning stayed over towards the western portions of our viewing area. Towards the midnight hour, many of the isolated storm cells had moved up into Georgia or had simply died off. The single-cell storm mode was then replaced by a more messy, congealed blob of rain that stretched from the Florida Panhandle and up into southern Georgia. Rain and some spotty storms once again approached our viewing area at around 4 a.m. Though, as you can see, many of the southeastern counties of our area, like Clay, Putnam, and St. John's, missed out on a lot of the action. Streaming bands of rain would continue across our area between 4 to 11 a.m., before the frontal boundary finally cleared out of our area. At home, we only received around 1/4 of an inch of rain. Areas out near the Big Bend and the Suwannee River Valley saw anywhere between 3 to 5 inches of rain. So what happened in the First Coast region during this event? Many of the forecasts on the morning of the 27th were indicating that the best potential for severe thunderstorms would be in northeastern Florida, but very little thunderstorms actually materialized. In fact, many of the thunderstorms that occurred happened along the main frontal boundary. I personally think that the early morning rain we saw helped stabilize the atmosphere by keeping temperatures down. Along with that, a fairly dense cloud layer was left behind in the wake of the MCS, which likely limited surface instability. The rain forecast was pretty spot on as well. A flood watch was issued for southwestern Georgia and the Big Bend/Swanee River Valley region, and those areas were the areas that saw the most rain from the system. So why did the areas that saw the most rain still manage to see organized thunderstorm development when rain here potentially limited thunderstorm development? Well, those areas were much closer to the Gulf of Mexico, which provides an unstable environment for thunderstorms to develop and grow. The frontal boundary also helps provide lift, which allows for unstable air to be lofted higher into the atmosphere. At the end of the day, the weather was a bit underwhelming for our area, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't worth studying. Getting to experience that gusty band of showers was a lot of fun, and I got a really nice lightning shot out of the system. But otherwise, that's all I have for today, y'all. I hope you enjoyed, and please keep your eyes out for more videos coming soon, as I still have some storm footage from March to catch up on. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, as it really helps us out a ton, and it lets us know that you enjoy what we do. See you soon.